You did it to him?
Yeah.
No, do it to him.
Like, and
I was just talking.
and that's the problem. You're just talking. You're not listening, right? I'm telling you
Go
that
ahead.
men, we expect certain things from women, but the thing is that our standards aren't as high as you guys. So it's easier for us, especially if we're attractive, to replace you.
Okay.
But I just find it crazy to me how like women want a relationship, they want a top tier guy, but they're not willing to put in the work to get said top tier guy. If you only want it, you're probably not gonna get it because you need it to get that caliber guy. Or
Can I ask a question?
Or you in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're fucking broke or they don't have their shit together. So you're gonna have to either settle on a lower status guy or fix your priorities, put a top tier guy at the top of your priority list, and then acclimate to him. But most women don't want to do that. You guys want to have your career. You guys want to be hoes. You want to live your life. You want to go ahead and put off marriage and a family. That's fine, but don't expect me to come down the road and fucking rescue you.
It's
not happening.
It's the reason why men. It's the reason why males and females were created to be on Earth, to need one another.
Of course,
we
I
cannot
agree.
exist on Earth apart.
And we're not equal.
Then we're not
We're
equal.
not equal. We're not supposed to be equal. No one says we're equal.
The problem
That's
is
silly in itself.
The problem is the women before now understood men, right? So women.
If they understood what's told.
If a woman, no, she understood men, because a woman, if she heard a man cussing, she would not go back and forward with a cussing man. She already know he has a nasty mouth, so she wouldn't even speak in his presence. He might call her a bitch. Today's women will speak in the presence of a filthy mouth man and get offended by being disrespected. You already heard he's a disrespectful man, so why engage him? Today's women didn't go back and forward with a man. They listen. Because how can you conquer that if you're not hearing what he's telling you? He'll tell you how to beat him. If you listen to him, he'll tell you how to beat him. So most women sat and listened and allowed things to happen so she can have leverage. Why you think Hillary Clinton didn't leave Bill? And all of a sudden she became powerful.
Yeah, I just, like, my thing is, it's just crazy to me how women, right, will put men at, like, the bottom of the priority list and then still expect the top tier guy and have high standards.
Yeah,
if you're going to
crazy.
put men at the bottom of the priority list and you're going to focus on yourself, well, be prepared to be disappointed by the men that come into your life.
That's single.
Because guys that have their shit together, they're like, yo, you need to follow what I do. Who cares about your career and all this other shit? Like, but if you want to, you know, put your career in place or wait until you know, find a guy when you're older, unfortunately, the men you're going to attract are not going to be the highest caliber guys that you want. So you got to pick one. You want to have a career and, you know, wait until later on in life, you might not get the top guy, because as you get older, your sexual market value goes down. And inversely, as the guy gets older, his sexual market value goes up. So
It goes up if the man's sexual market value goes up, if his money is right. You know, so guy, I'm just letting you know, just because you're getting older and getting bored like me, if the money isn't right, women still don't care. She will still choose. That's why women prefer older, rich men. Keyword, rich men. Yes, they're older, but they're rich, rather than deal with you know, the pretty young broke men. Now they'll have them on the side for sure, but long term, once they realize they're tired of the streets or they want to settle down. When you hear a woman talking about settling, she wants to settle down. She's tired of playing games. She's ready to commit. Most likely, she wants a rich guy to provide.
So what is a market woman for you in the sense of, since you're using that verbiage?
what is it? What? A market woman?
Yeah, when you're saying that even if a man has,
oh, you mean like a high sexual market value female?
Yeah, so you're saying that if a man
18
has
to
all
24
that, and a
doesn't
woman is
talk
waiting,
too much, not annoying. He's quiet, only speaks when spoken to, doesn't embarrass him in front of his friends, acts like has feminine tendencies. The problem is that women are too masculine nowadays. And this comes from feminism. This comes from you guys pursuing money. This comes from you guys pursuing education. And look,
Chris,
I understand.
Focus
Yeah,
on the
education
camera,
does masculinize you, yeah.
I disagree, but keep going.
No, I think it does. I
because-
agree.
because
Because we have the
why-
ability to
Education?
communicate and say
Why-
something back.
No, because some people you need
why
to
are you,
learn certain
why are you going to
things,
school?
but,
You're
yeah,
going to
no.
school. Most people don't go to school just to go to school. They're going to school to be educated, to go ahead and pursue a career, which puts you in a competitive marketplace, which is inevitably going to make you, is going to masculinize you to a degree. Now, right, does this mean every single girl? No, but what I am saying is that women of today are far more masculine than women of 1955. The women of 2025 act more like men than the women in 1955.
I agree with that. I agree with that in a sense.
But don't
when
you think there's
say
a
the word
necessity there for some
education,
people?
So let me ask you this. So, like, why should a guy work his ass off, acquire resources, go to the gym, build himself up, etc., to get a woman that's going to be half as feminine as a woman 50 years ago?
That's why I was asking you in the sense when you said that when a man has his stuff together, shit together, but quality of a woman fits in where, in a sense of she shouldn't have to do certain things, or she shouldn't have to put in qualifications for what it is that she's doing versus you being the man.
Well, God,
I don't really understand her question.
God created the woman to be the helpmate. So once she goes to get a career, where's my helpmate at? So when she go get a career, what about our babies, our kids? We didn't decide to make a baby together.
Okay.
Who gonna raise them?
But why did she have to get that career? She needed to help her husband,
no.
right?
Let me
At some
get
point.
let me just take a job.
No. They don't go to school to get degrees to help men. They do it for themselves. Remember, they're independent and strong and don't need no man. That came from somewhere, clearly. And that's the crazy part. They go to school, get the degrees, get the money, and still want men to provide and save their money. Yo, that's like the biggest scam any man can take on. Like, you're going to take on a woman who went to school to get a degree. She has a career. Let's say you find her making like $200,000. But when you find her making all this money, she wants you to now start paying her bills. Because if she's making $200,000, her lifestyle is probably up here. So you're going to come in. Let's say you make around the same. Now you're going to be the provider because you are a real man. But in the meantime, it doesn't mean she's going to stop working and stay home, cook your meals and take care of the kids. No, remember, she's still strong. She went to school for all these degrees, so she's probably going to keep working. What happens is they want you to come in, pay the bills, they're going to work and save their money. And anytime they can divorce you, still want half of your shit, but they still save their money the whole time. That's a scam to me. I mean, that sounds like a casino kind of type shit.
Most women went and got the education and the career for freedom and to have a voice to be seen as an equal.
Yep.
Freedom or lack thereof that wasn't being done.
I think it was a more necessity. Like if you have to provide, or if maybe he's ill, something happens at home, you need to help.
Our
You do your
grandparents
best to help the
had
family.
our grandparents had 15, 16 kids in
Well, mine
2-bedroom households. So when the woman has to go to work, who's raising the family? We no longer have a family.
That's true.
So your nature is to be in the family.
I think a lot of women nowadays want to stay home, but I think a lot of men don't want
They
to
don't
be
have the
sole
ability.
provider. They
That's not
want to
true.
do
They
50-50.
can't-
Sometimes
Some
it
can
can
be,
be
though.
hard,
Some
right?
can be.
Women don't
So
want to
if
stay
he's
home.
trying his best,
So past survival
That's
though.
okay.
So why did you let me get you
Some
pregnant then?
cannot.
So why did you let me get you pregnant then?
Facts.
Touche.
You let me
I'm
get you
not-
pregnant.
I'm not talking about the.
No,
To that part. I'm talking about just dating.
No, listen. See, this is what I'm hearing. We're getting away from the origins of man and woman. Man was created to do one thing. Woman was created to do another thing with a nature. Why are we going against our nature?
And per se, what was a man built to do and what was a woman built to do?
I think you're absolutely right.
So let's go back to
Adam and Eve,
There you go.
the man, the woman, we all have our place.
God gave man an identity before he had a woman. Not only that, he had a job and an assignment. Be fruitful, be dominion, and multiply with instructions. He had the woman to help him do this. Today's women don't want her man out there. She wants it
doesn't
in
want the
here.
helpmate.
No. She wants to control his nature. Where
I
you
don't wanna
going? Where you
control
been?
anybody.
She wants to control his nature,
Right.
and she wants to
No.
compete with him.
Right.
So she's not in her nature because today's women focus more on what men do and what women do. You don't cook, you don't clean, so you're not doing what women do. You're competing with men.
Wait, you're
That's facts, man. Shout out to Myron and Charleston White. Shout out to you guys in the chat. I see